Have you ever heard of the love and loyalty story that changed the fate of an entire family and, on top of that, has a direct impact on the lineage of Jesus Christ? It's a tale filled with twists, tragedies, and above all, hope. We're talking about Ruth, a Moabite woman whose faith and devotion were so powerful that they transformed her life and the lives of those around her. But what makes Ruth such a fascinating character? How did a foreigner become one of the most important figures in the Bible? Stay with us and discover all the details of this incredible journey of love and redemption. Let's dive in. Ruth's story begins with an Israelite family from Bethlehem, composed of Elimelech, his wife Naomi, and their two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, who moved to Moab due to a severe famine in Israel. In Moab, tragedy strikes the family. First, Elimelech dies, leaving Naomi a widow. Her sons marry Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth, but they also die about 10 years later, leaving Naomi without a husband and children, only with her daughters-in-law. With the famine in Israel finally ending, Naomi decides to return to Bethlehem and encourages her daughters-in-law to go back to their families to have a chance to rebuild their lives. Orpah reluctantly agrees, but Ruth shows uncommon loyalty, insisting on staying with Naomi and uttering the famous words, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God my God." Upon returning to Bethlehem, Ruth sets out to support herself and Naomi by working in the barley fields during the harvest. She ends up gleaning in the fields of Boaz, a relative of Elimelech, who is impressed by Ruth's devotion and hard work. Boaz treats her kindly, ensuring she has protection and easy access to the grain. Naomi sees an opportunity to secure a future for Ruth and suggests that she ask Boaz to fulfill the role of a kinsman redeemer, a close relative who would marry the widow to preserve the deceased's lineage. Ruth follows Naomi's advice, and Boaz, touched by her courage and loyalty, accepts the responsibility but first needs to resolve the issue with a closer relative. When this relative renounces his right, Boaz marries Ruth. They have a son named Obed, who becomes the grandfather of King David, directly placing Ruth, a Moabite, in the lineage of Jesus Christ. Thus, Ruth's story becomes a powerful testimony of love, loyalty, and divine providence that transcends cultural and ethnic barriers. Ruth's story is rich with meanings and lessons that resonate deeply in faith and practical life. Firstly, it highlights the transformative power of love and loyalty. Ruth's unwavering devotion to Naomi, even in extreme hardships, is an example of selfless and sacrificial love. This loyalty not only changed the fate of Ruth and Naomi, but also impacted the history of Israel and the Messianic lineage. Ruth, a foreigner, is welcomed in a foreign land, showing that true love and faithfulness can transcend cultural and ethnic barriers. Additionally, the story emphasizes the importance of family and commitment, demonstrating how bonds of love and responsibility can provide security and hope in times of crisis. Another significant aspect of Ruth's story is divine providence and inclusion. The way God orchestrates events in the lives of Ruth and Naomi reveals a profound truth about faith. Even in the most desperate circumstances, God's hand is working behind the scenes to bring redemption and purpose. Boaz, acting as the Redeemer, prefigures the redemptive role of Christ, showing that redemption is available to all, regardless of their origin. Ruth's inclusion, a Moabite, in the genealogy of Jesus Christ, underscores that God's plan is inclusive and universal, embracing all nations and people. Thus, Ruth's story not only reinforces themes of love, loyalty, and providence, but also celebrates inclusivity and redemption, highlighting that every individual, regardless of their past, can have a significant role in the grand divine plan. Ruth's story, with its emotional and spiritual depth, offers a powerful conclusion by highlighting universal themes of love, loyalty, and redemption. At the end of the narrative, we see how Ruth's faithfulness and God's providence converge to transform lives and shape history. Ruth, a Moabite who became part of the Israelite community, not only found security and love, but also left a lasting legacy as the ancestor of King David and eventually Jesus Christ. This underscores the message that acts of kindness and loyalty, no matter how small they seem, can have eternal repercussions. The journey of Ruth and Naomi, marked by loss and redemption, reminds us that faith in God and commitment to others can lead us through adversities to a future full of hope and purpose. Ruth's inclusion in Jesus' lineage also reinforces the inclusive nature of the divine plan, celebrating the diversity and unity of different peoples under God's grace. The story concludes with a note of hope, showing that even in times of despair, God is working to bring redemption and restore what was lost. Ruth's narrative, therefore, is not just a historical tale but a timeless lesson on the importance of maintaining faith, practicing loyalty, and trusting in divine providence. It is a powerful testament to how love and faith can overcome barriers, transform lives, and leave a lasting impact on the world.